We hear in the scripture reading the gospel that the light came into the world, but the people preferred darkness. And they tried to extinguish that light by killing Jesus. But he rose again on the third day, and that's the whole story of Easter, that the light prevails. But that idea that the world preferred darkness to light seems counterintuitive, but it's really true because we don't like people to see what we're doing. The other day, Doug came up to change the batteries in our smoke detectors in our room, and I said, you know what, I'll do the one in my own room. Why? I can do it. I know, but you don't want to see my room. It's a total mess. People don't like to see the darkness in our lives. We don't want to unveil all of that, but it's only in doing that that we get the chance to really root out the sin in our life, to see where the brokenness is, where the hurt is, to see what needs to be fixed so that we can open up that wound and debride it, and we can start to heal again. So often, you have someone who has a particular characteristic, like they're really angry, always angry, or maybe they're always pessimistic. Nothing's right in the world. They're always complaining. Well, there's something underneath that that's causing that. And we don't know what it is, and if we react to it in kind, if they're crabby, so we're crabby back to them, it just gets worse, and the darkness fills the room, and it fills our lives. There's a very dear friend of mine, Sister Louise Olsofka. She was a Felician nun, and she used to tell a story to the high school kids about a little boy who woke up in the morning and had a sign on him that was invisible. It said, "I'm okay. It's going to be a good day." And then he started to have breakfast, and he accidentally knocked the orange juice over, and his mom yelled at him. And that sign that said, "I'm okay," tore just a little bit. And then he got into an argument with his mom, and he felt really bad as he was heading off to school because he said some mean things, and that she said some mean things back, and that sign that said, "I'm okay," tore just a little bit more. He went off to school, and he was thinking about having football practice or tryouts after school, and thinking about the math test he had. And he was worried about his mom and how he'd been angry, and he wasn't paying attention, and he flunked his math quiz. Then the sign was really torn even worse. And he went thinking about his mom and the argument he'd had and how he felt bad and how he flunked the math test. And he wasn't concentrating, and he did terrible in the tryouts for the football team. And that sign was tattered almost to nothing. But it was invisible, and other people couldn't see it. And the next person that came up and said something to him could either be like tape for that sign, or could tear that last little shred of that sign that said he was okay. Every one of us has one of those invisible signs that we wear around our neck that says, "I'm okay." And at any given moment of any given day, it might be a little more torn than it was the day before. And we don't know that when we look at someone else because we can't see their sign. We can't see what they've been through in their life, how much darkness is in their life. And so the more we can be the glue that holds people together, the more that we can be the tape that mends those signs that says you're okay, the more we can react with love when we get the reaction back to us that's anything but love, the more we can be Christ in this world and bring light into a place that sometimes is pretty dark. But that's the role of the Christians, to resurrect that light of Christ and to bring it into our world, and not just to be a part of the world, but to transform it.